Hey, good morning, everyone. It's great to be with you and join you and be a small part of your lives this morning. And it's a beautiful Friday morning. Arizona is definitely cold. Super happy that they are getting snow in the northern countries to bring some nice moisture to this land, which we definitely need. And just exciting Friday. I've got a lot of things going on this weekend with the kids' sports. My girl's got a game tonight. She's a Pommy, so she's got Pom tonight. And then I've got my little 11-year-old who's a basketball kid who's got practice tonight for a couple hours. And then my 14-year-old, he's big time into skating, and he's actually got a goal to do the Olympics in 2028, which are our home, is basically his home turf, which is in LA, 2028 Olympics for skate. So he's got a big skate competition this weekend. He's 14, almost 15. So, and then my oldest son, I think, is going to try to go hit some snow and go snowboarding somewhere because there's so much powder. But I'm excited for Friday. I always tell my kids my favorite day of the week is Thursday because tomorrow is Friday. And so it's just kind of something funny I say. Fridays are basically your day to pipe up and ask me anything about life, business, or health, and anything that we cover during the week or anything that's on your mind that I can help you out with. I like to begin the call just kind of going over a quick thought of something that I have been thinking about to warm up some of your thinking and just have you ponder on something that I've been thinking about. That so basically I've been studying thoughts and the thoughts that our brain perceives, and depending on what professional you look at, our brains can have as many as 70 thoughts per day that come into our life. I mean, that's a lot of thoughts that we're getting. 70,000 thoughts per day. Think about that. Our brain is super active and constantly thinking. So we got just this flood of thoughts coming into our brain, and we're roughly translating anywhere from 35 to 48 thoughts per minute. And that's just crazy to me to think that we have that many thoughts. So if we kind of break that down, I mean, it's, depending on what specialist you're looking at, you can have those thoughts can produce as many as 500 actions in 1 hour. So we are taking, and I mean, you can count an action of just even as, typing on the keyboard, anything, moving our fingers. So we have these 500 actions per hour that bring in close to around 20 different type of emotions that come in. So with all of these thoughts just coming into our brain, like how do we process those? How do we gain control and what I say monetize positive thoughts? How can I get a return on my investment of thoughts? So monetize my positive thoughts into taking action, and to where I am just creating a positive, proactive life of creation and just basically being good and doing good. And how can those thoughts be positive rather than dipping down into a negative field? And how can I advance my life today because of these thoughts? And it's our God-given right, to have choices. It's the biggest blessing that we have. And it's our choice on what we're going to think. It's our brains, and we can think how we want to think. No one can take your thoughts away. No one can change your thoughts. I mean, they are yours. You own them. So you're going to design and create your life off of these thoughts. And these thoughts actually, when they actually from thoughts become actions, and then actions to our experiences. Okay, so I hope that makes a little bit of sense. But for instance, I had picked up a mini storage unit down in Florence, piece of real estate that I had forever. Just recently sold it after like 10 or 15 years. And at the time, to wrap my head around 10 or 15 years ago, to buy that mini storage, it wasn't even a thought of mine, but I had a friend that was a real estate agent actually send it over. And I actually just kind of dismissed it, thinking, I don't know if I can buy that. I don't know how to buy it. I don't know what to think about it. So, but eventually I wrapped my head around that and made it happen. So likewise, I picked up a piece of land just off the wholesale list, and I didn't know what to do with the land. It was just a commercial piece of land. And then I'm like, wait, I think I can get a return on my investment if I just subdivide and, put 3 trailers on this land or 3 houses. I know I'm going to be okay and sell those properties and be able to get out of this investment. But then I started to think, like, what can I do bigger with this piece of land? And so there's a reflective piece of land right next to it, another piece. And I contacted the owner and said, hey, do you want to sell that piece? And so now I've doubled my piece of land. And now I'm like, since I've got double, then maybe what I can do is build, condos on these, or townhomes. And so now I'm going through the approval process to build 60 condos on this piece of land. And so I would have never thought that the day I first picked up that land. And so I had a friend send over a piece of property this week, and he's like, hey, this would make a good storage unit to purchase that. And I still can't wrap my head around that particular piece. I just can't for whatever reason. But then I got another email saying, hey, there's this house, there's 2 houses on it, and it's for sale, and it's around $300,000. I'm like, wait, it's in between 2 apartment complexes. And then I started asking more questions, and it's zoned to build 19 units. And so for whatever reason, my brain's telling me, that project seems a lot easier, and I can wrap my head around it more so than the other piece my friend sent me the week before to put a storage facility on. So I don't know. You really just got to figure out in your life, what you think you can make happen is what you can make happen. And I think these thoughts sometimes can be limiting to us. Like, we don't believe we can do that. Like, if you believe you can buy a rental today and you can somehow figure that out, a rental this year, or do a flip property this year, if you believe that you can do it, and then you need to first have that belief. You need to have that desire, pray for the desire, the belief, and then just pray for how can I wrap my head around this to accomplish this? And don't let yourself make excuses. And my 20-year-old this week, he was like, hey, I don't have money to do that. And I heard it come out of his mouth a couple different times. And I'm like, hey, if you keep telling yourself that, you're right. You don't have money to do that. So like, hey, how are you going to go get the money and take the action to get that money to accomplish that, rather than telling yourself, I don't have the money to do that. So anyways, I appreciate you guys all listening. This is just what's going through my head today. And I need to remind you of 2 things I totally forgot. So number 1 is my birthday is February 8th, and I'm having a big party on February 8th. And the party is going to be with Pace Morby talking creative finance. And so my goal is to get everyone and anyone that would like to come and talk real estate creative finance with Pace Morby. It's on my birthday, Thursday, February 8th. Text me, and I can send you the link, or it's on my social media. You'll find it. Just make sure that you RSVP and you are there. I'd love to see you on my birthday and celebrate with you on my birthday. Likewise, we talked about pad split last week. We're having a pad split, or there's a couple agents of mine that are doing pad split, and they're having a meeting at my office just to talk about it more and to go over that process if you're interested in doing pad splits. And that's January 30th from 6 to 8 at my office. And same thing, reach out to me if you have any questions. So write those 2 dates down, January 30th and February 8th. So thank you. Have a great day.